Got in my feeling early in a good way, in my emotion. But what I was trying to say to those of you who did, I forgive y'all. The beautiful thing about this is, oh, never mind. The beautiful thing about this is, trying to see if I'm gonna keep sneezing. The beautiful thing about this is, once we all climb, don't commit suicide. That ain't even in the description. That ain't even part of the plan. That ain't even a way out. Toughen up. Toughen up. Anybody who got a seared heart out there who done throw themselves in a hole, my advice to you, you don't know where to start, do you? When you got a seared heart and God put you in that hole and show you what the power really is, show you that God really owns this world and really still, and God gonna always be over everything. It don't matter if Satan is the prince of the earth. Don't matter. God over Satan. God created Satan. Satan standing next to God is like me standing next to this penny. It don't matter. None of that matter. Earth to Satan to me is like a father giving a basketball to a child. Okay? All of them got planets. This is just the first one. It's the root planet. It's Satan's planet. That's the way it works, I think. I don't know for sure, though. I don't even know if they got science out about it. I think they do, though. But, anyway, suicide and homicide ain't even in the picture no more. It's over anyway for that. I'm going to show you how to I'm going to tell y'all how to get out of it. Start doing right by God. And the hard part is, what's going to make it hard is you probably done made whatever evil you were doing your source of income. You're going to have to quit it. And then you're going to start getting, you feel like they're going to be attached, but they're not going to be attached. It's going to be directions. People going to steer you in the right direction. You finally going to find somebody to help you out. Finally. That's like if they keep on doing what they're doing to this family in this yard, and then they get rid of this house and I ain't got nowhere to stay, then I'm going to have to go out there and feel like I'm getting attacked. But for me, I know they ain't attached. They just signed to go this way, go that way, go that way. And when I get to that destination, I'm going to get help. This is what happens when you sacrifice yourself. I keep telling folks, you can sacrifice your soul. You ain't got to go out there and make deals. You can sacrifice your soul by keep sleeping with that paper asshole. You can sacrifice your soul by continuing to do drugs. You can sacrifice your soul by continuing to bully people. You can sacrifice your soul by continuing to rob people. It don't matter if you are in the streets or in the high up, because everybody rob folks. Not everybody, but I'm saying when it comes down to merchants and businesses, people got these little sneaky ways to get dollars. Well, you keep doing it. You sacrifice. Your heart becomes. I don't even like saying sacrifice. So I like to say seared heart. Your heart becomes seared. Your soul automatically is going to a bad place. So you get prepared for that destruction of a place. You start going in there. Okay, you want to go to hell? Well, you're gonna have to go through hell on earth to get to hell. See what I'm saying? What's somebody gonna bring you from Amazing Grace for then send you to hell? It don't make sense. You might as well get prepped and ready to go to hell. You like being tortured? You like being tortured for the rest of your life? You want to be tortured for the rest of your life? You like hurting you like going through a life of struggle? You like hurting every day? You like being with people who don't love you instead of being with people who love you? You got to start asking yourself these questions. We all do, because we done got too old, y'all. We not teenagers. We not in our 20s, some of us. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all, if you're 28, you ain't in your 20s no more. It's time to grow up and say, okay, if you got a dream, like, my advice to the humankind is that if you want to wait till you get married to 50, you better start living your dream at 30. And 9 times out of 10, if you want to try to fulfill a dream, if you black in America anyway, if you want to try to fulfill a dream, you better have a lover with you that's with you and sterling and ready to strive with you, because you're going to need that support. older people say you just business partners. I ain't saying that. I'm saying real lovers will go through the briar patch together. So what I'm trying to say is that use this time to y'all. That's why I say I forgive all y'all. Because it's hard when you got a serious heart and you get thrown in that hole. Because there's no one on earth gonna help you out of it. No one. And when you down to that, where you gotta help yourself, that's when you learn to respect everybody else, including yourself. When you get to that right there, that's when you learn. See, that's what I was telling my homie online. When they took from me, they probably took from him. All the people that I see that I will help, you know, a lot of women ain't in this equation because, of course, you know, they're women. But some are, you know, whether they with me or not, because some, like I said, they women. Ain't too many people gonna let a woman hurt. Just trying to say it like that the best way I can. But some women are hurting. When you sacrifice a person like me and you part of my tree, I'm the root of your health. I'm your foundation. That's like you living in a house and you go out there to the street and say, I sell you the foundation of my house, but not my house. See what I'm saying? That don't make sense. And that's what everybody been doing. And this type of formula is mostly another nationality doing it to another nationality. But somehow, some way, my own people done me in this situation. But what I mean by that is color don't reside when it comes to the tree. So like I said, I might be the engine or a battery for a higher up, and they would typically sell me out because of my color. This ain't even the situation though. My own people done me in. Like I said, I was the one that put a studio here when we had nothing else to go to in the hood. I the one that helped y'all get jobs when you had no one else to run to help you get a job. No one would hire you because of your attitude. But somehow they tricked you in your mind and told you, if I got a job, you don't have a job. No, clown. When I had a job, you took it upon yourself to go to your job that loved you and treat them like crap because we was all working together and you felt like you could do better than the people around you. That was the problem. Same with studios. Studio could have been done blossom and grew. But instead of everybody growing together in the studio, in that one studio and making that one studio, you know, a palace or whatever, you know, a mega studio, everybody want to get jealous of the person who owns the studio. And the first thing this good team want to do, to part themselves, to cut themselves in half and say, I want my own studio. That ain't nothing but hating, bro. That's some player hating ass shit. If you built a studio together and y'all ain't charging each other and you actually work together, why would you want to go build another studio? Because you want to tell folks you built a studio? See what I'm saying? Don't make sense. I've been through this. I done lived this. I'm telling y'all, I done this. When people say, don't say what you do, just do it. I did it. They took my life, stole my life, got my identity, and don't want to give it back. Illegally, legally. Took my child and took care of my child. Shit. So I can tell everything I want to tell on here. I can tell my dreams on here. I can tell whatever I want to tell on here as long as they got me in this bottle. Because it don't matter. They ain't going to let me move and get nothing no way. So I can tell anything I want to tell. And everybody else can go on here and live it. At least I see it. See, I ain't no hater. I want to see it come into fruition. Ain't no hater in my blood. But anyway, so I want y'all to use this opportunity to build yourselves up. I don't even want to hear about y'all thinking about suicide. Don't even think about suicide. And don't even think about homicide. I don't want to hear nobody talking about that no more. I've been hearing that lately a lot around here. I don't want to hear nothing about no suicide and homicide. Because you had me stuck in this situation for 7 years now. And I've been getting false promises now for 5 years. This year 5. I ain't had a pot to piss in the window to throw it out of. And ain't nobody gave me $1. Now, don't get me wrong. Social media probably have, but they giving it to the one who got my identity. Not me. The one that's always burning paper and mail all the time. They ain't giving it to me. You get what I'm saying? You help the enemy fold my ass like a beach chair. Unknowingly, the enemy knew because they didn't like you. The enemy knew they didn't love you. Somehow the enemy knew you better than you knew you. They knew you was part of my tree and not a part of their tree. So they was trying to devour you. And they knew to completely devour you is about getting rid of that root in that tree. Because the root in that tree look good. It don't look bad like you. The root in that tree standing firm. So if they wanted to completely break you and demolish you, what they got to do? They got to get rid of that whole root in that tree. So they're going to use you to destroy you. A tree against itself can't stand. Just like a house against itself can't stand. Cut a house in half, it won't stand. Cut a tree in half, it won't stand. So I don't want to hear nothing. I've been hearing it around here in person. I'm tired of hearing it. No, hell no. I've been going through it for 7 years. I work hard. I just told you how hard I work. Some of y'all wouldn't even think about working. You was out there promoting and loving on the person who told you and made good songs about how they'll never work a 9 to 5. How they'll rob and kill before they work a 9 to 5. And you sat here and tortured a man to death that worked a 9 to 5. You cut the hand off that fed you. And didn't even get to know the hand that was feeding you. That's foolishness. No one, don't ever show love to someone that only want to show you love by torturing and taking out another. I'm going to be real with y'all. I ain't never seen nobody love me like God love me. I ain't never had no one to love me like God love me. And what I mean by that is, it ain't nobody out here that's going to love you like that neither. Ain't nobody going to truly love you like God going to love you. So why you putting all your energy and you know what I done seen in that? When you put energy in a human being like that, they get taken away from you, rather through death or just walking away from you. You don't never put nobody before God. And as long as you put God before everybody else, you will never sacrifice somebody else. Because that's not of God. You get what I'm saying? You love God, you love yourself. That's the way it works. It's common sense. I'm teaching y'all energy right here. I ain't teaching y'all just some Bible scriptures. You think it ain't no energy, and that Bible hold way more energy than we can comprehend. I'm trying to break it down so you can understand the energy and you can quit killing your own people. Because it disappointed me greatly to find out when I got into these pits right here, to find out the people who truly put me in these holes look just like me. All this for what? What we being racist for? Let them be racist by themselves. And we ain't got no bit. We too low on the totem pole to even worry about it. As a unity, we don't hold water. And everybody knows it. Ain't nobody scared of it. So, who gonna be scared of you can't be scared of a bunch of sleeping giants. Y'all just hit a giant pole. We a giant, but you sleep. You can use a sleeping giant for a chapel lane. Ain't nobody playing with y'all out there. Now, this is what I was trying to say. So, what I was trying to say out there, get yourself right. Now you in a situation where you put me in. I done been in this situation too many times to count. I done got used to going through this. I just thank God that I can humbly bring myself out of there, walking out of the mud and not sliding on my knees with my head held high and not fold under pressure and not leave God forsaken. I thank God I'm able to stay strong through all that pressure. So I'm telling you out there, you know who you is, a lot of y'all, that whole little group. You tore your own tree apart. Now it's too late to try to save it. Maybe you have, and that's why you're going down where you're going down. But if you want to get yourself out of that hole, that situation, then you're going to have to love yourself the right way. You're going to have to give yourself to God truly. And whatever you're doing to get by, you're going to have to fold it. You're going to get to the point where you really want to commit suicide. It ain't gonna be no homicide. You gonna get to the point where you really wanna commit suicide. You'll say it on social media. You gonna get to the point where you really wanna do it. That's when you better show God you truly love God though. And then he gonna make things happen. Trust me, I know. I ain't never been in them situations. I just understood them situations. I understood people put people in those situations to make them do stuff like that. But I always told myself when I was a child, no matter how many times you put me in them situations, I'd never do nothing like that. And the only time I ever thought about it, even a few seconds, but when you took my child illegally like that. You took a child from a good daddy? Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. It drove me crazy. I didn't see no good in the world no more. I thought the whole world was completely evil. Because I thought the argument was it ain't never nobody black taking care of their kid. Black folks don't take care of their kid. Black folks don't know how to take care of their kid. All black folks want to do is live off welfare. All black folks want to do is this. So if a man come up or a woman come up like I did and I have a child, why wouldn't you support me and taking care of my kid instead of taking me from my kid? Now who really contradicting themselves?